Okay, today we're going to do some review of reducing again. Because again, if we don't master this, it's going to be a very difficult unit for fractions. So, um, first thing we're going to review is what are factors, right? Factors are numbers that are the numbers you are multiplying, right? So, if I take 2 times 3, that would give me 6. Remember, 2 and 3 are your factors, okay? The numbers being multiplied are your factors. Now, the greatest common factor between two numbers, right, is the largest number that two numbers can be divided by, okay? So right away here, when I look at examples 1, 2, 3, and 4, all we are doing for this is example 1, what are the factors of 12? So some people will just write down all the numbers they know that multiply to give them 12. So 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, right? Are there any other numbers between 1 and 12, right, that multiply to give you 12? No. So we say 1 is a factor, we can say 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor, 4, 6, and 12. These are all the factors of 12. 18, right? So we know 1 times 18. We know 2 times 9. What about 3? Yep, 3 times 6. How about 4? 4 times something? No. 5? No. 6? We already got. 7, 8, 9? We already got. 10, 11, 12, blah, blah, blah. There are really no other ones. So we can say the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Okay, factors of 21. What I just like to do is go through the counting numbers in my head, right? So I'll say we always know 1 is a factor. Does 2 go into 21? No. Does 3? Yes. Does 4? No. 5? No. 6? No. 7? Yes. And then just using your knowledge of multiplication facts, is any number between 7 and 21 going to go into 21? No. So we're just going to say 21 then. So 30, right? Right away we can say 1, yes. Does 2 go into 30? Yep. Does 3? Yes. 4, no. But 5, yes. 6, yes. Because 5 times 6 will give you 30. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. 10, yes. Right? What times 2 would give me 30? 15, and then 30. Okay? So finding the factors, you could either list all of the numbers that, or all the pairs of numbers that multiply, or just go through your head and say, does this go into 30? Does this go into 30? Does this? And just write them as you go along. So now going back to that greatest common factor, if I wanted to find the greatest common factor between 12 and 21, what I'm going to do is go up to the list of factors of 12 and the factors of 21. I'm going to look for the largest number in the two lists. So if I look here, you have 3 here and 3 here. Are there any numbers bigger than 3 in both of these lists? No. So the greatest common factor between 12 and 21 would be 3. 18 and 30, right? When I look at 18 and I look at 30, right? What's the largest number that's in both lists? Is 18? No. Is 9? No. Is 6? Yes. So the greatest common factor between 18 and 30 would be 6. How about 20 and 36, right? So what I do is I start with sometimes the factors of 20, right? And I start with the biggest number. We know 20 goes into 20, right? So if I write the factors of 20, you know 1, you know 2, you know 4, you know 5, and you know 10, and then 20. Okay? Is 36 divisible by 20? No. Is 36 divisible by 10? No. By 5? No. But how about 4? Yes. So the largest number in this group of numbers that goes into 36 is 4. So the greatest common factor is 4. Okay? Now, we need this idea of greatest common factor to help us with reducing fractions. So with reducing fractions, you're going to first find the greatest common factor between the numerator and denominator. Then you're going to divide the numerator and denominator by the greatest common factor, right? So when we do this, we want to make sure you are in lowest terms at the end. How do we do that? By checking that there is no common factor between the numerator and denominator left. Okay, so sometimes I will take find the common factors of the smaller number and see which one goes into the larger number. So I'll take, what is the GCF of, or the factors of 12, right? We know 1 does, we know 2 does, we know 3, we know 4, we know 6, and then 12, right? So does 12 go into 21? No. Does 6? No. Does 4? No. Does 3? Yes. So that tells us we're going to divide the numerator by 3 and the denominator by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Okay. So example 2, the factors of 18. You could look up above if you want. Factors of 18 we know are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and then 18. So what's the largest number from this list that goes into 30? 18 doesn't, 9 doesn't, but 6 does. So we're going to divide each of these by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 30 divided by 6 is 5. So example 3, factors of 15, right? So we have 1, we have 3, we have 5, and then 15. What's the largest number from this list that goes into 20? That would be 5. So I'm going to divide the numerator by 5, the denominator by 5, and I would get 3 over 4. Now, for example 4, right? 5 and 6. I want you to pause the video, attempt them, and then see where your mistakes may have been. Okay? Hopefully there's no mistakes. So 28, the common factors are 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. What's the largest factor from this list that goes into 35 evenly? 28 doesn't, 14 doesn't, 7 does go into 35. So we're going to divide numerator and denominator by 7. 28 divided by 7 is 4. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 12 and 36. We already know the factors of 12. I'm just going to steal them up from here. Which ones go into it? Does 12 go into 36? Yep. So we're going to divide both the numerator and denominator by 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1. 36 divided by 12 is 3. And the last one, factors of 20. We know are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. So these are all the numbers, right, that could go into 20 evenly. What's the largest one from this list that goes into 24? 20 doesn't, 10 doesn't, 5 doesn't, 4 does. So we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Okay, so I'm going to give you an assignment out of the packets. So if you have any questions or you didn't understand this, send me a text.